Hi, this is Bonnie, product designer on the pipeline security team at GitLab. Today, I'd like to walk you through a proposed design that enables user to configure the scope of CI job token at the group level. For additional background and context on this work, please refer to the issue link provided in the video description. Okay, let's begin. So let's look at the design. First of all, a token access session will be added to the group level under the CI/CD settings, which currently does not exist. And by default, the feature is enabled to prevent any security risk of unexpected groups or project accessing the group. And underneath the toggle, we can see the allowed list. And by default, the allowed list will include all the child groups and projects within the group. This means that projects in different subgroups within this group can access each other by default. And user with appropriate permissions, which means maintainer or above, can enable or disable the feature on the group level. And user with the appropriate permission can add or remove any group or projects from the allowed list here. So by default, what this looks like is we can see next to the table header, you can see a counters of the groups and projects that is on the allowed list. So in here, we can see 2 subgroups and 1 project on the list. And in here, you can see the groups and the project with the icons and with the avatar right next to it. And if it is a subgroup, then you would be able to see if that's any other subgroups or project inside its group. If we click on this, expand it, user be able to see all the project and subgroups that is listed under these subgroups. And after a certain amount, we will see X amount of items more instead of showing everything here to help with the performance issue. And you can see here, and as I mentioned earlier, user be able to remove any groups and project that's on the allowed list with the right user permission, but you can see the remove icon here right next to the group, but not to the project. It's because in this case, all this project is included inside a group connection, so user cannot just remove any of the individual project. User will need to, they can only remove the groups in this case if they want to remove certain project in here. For example, if user want to exclude the project library in this subgroup, user can either connect the two project A11 and project A12 individually, or they can move the project library in another groups, enabled to do that. So that is the default behavior. Let's look at what it looks like if the feature is disabled. So again, user with the right permission, they'll be able to disable the feature anytime. Once the project is disabled, they would be seeing the warning alert at the bottom here on the table, encourage them to enable the job token access feature here for security reasons. When the feature is disabled, users still be able to see the allowed list and be able to add groups or project or be able to remove it. The reason here is it's giving user a chance to edit the list before they enable these features again. So that's why it would be still all functionable, even if the feature is disabled. And there is a few scenario that we would like to show a dismissible error that would include when user attempts to add an invalid target path, when user attempt to add a project or group that already exists on the allowed list. if user attempts to add a project that already included in a group mentioned on the allowed list, so such as here, if user trying to add project A1 to the allowed list using the add groups or project button, they will see an error because the project A11 already come with the subgroups A1. So then they would see the errors because it already exists on the allowed list. And the last scenario user will be seeing a error is because users do not have the right permissions to execute the actions. All right, let's take a look at what it looks like on adding a group or project to the allowed list. So by default, user be able to do that with the add groups or project button here. Once that's clicked, it will follow the current pattern with our add button in the table. We'll see a add groups or project area here. User be able to provide a group or project path in the input. Once they provide something, in this case, that would be the group B, I wanted to add, then the group or project button will become enabled. And once you click that, then the add area will dismiss it. The action button will come back to the bottom right. And what we can see here is group B, which is the path I provided, is added on the list. And the account has update accordingly because I added another group. So it was 2 and now it would be 3. And in here, I forgot to mention earlier is the table I added and other columns called source. So what this means is, remember by default, with this feature, you will see all the childs and projects under this group. And for that reason, any direct child, which is the direct subgroup, and the project will have the source saying direct subgroup and direct project. But in here, I manually added a group. So that is, I manually do that. So instead of direct subgroups, in here, I would show a label called user defined to signify this is something that I manually added. And now we're looking at the group A, and let's look at what the subgroups looks like because of this inherent behavior. So a subgroup, this subgroup A2, it's a subgroup under group A that we were looking at before. Because of any subgroups will inherit the CI job token settings from the parent. So when you come here, you will expect to see these two things. So subgroup A1, which is the neighbor group of A2, and this is inherit from group A, which is the parent. So in here, you would see the source is a path. It is coming from the parent group A. So we're showing my org/group A here. And when you hover it, it will show a tooltip saying this is inherit. When click on this, if it is visible, we will direct user to group A and their CI/CD settings and the token access session. So this is different to in here, direct project. This is signified as this project A21 is a direct project under this subgroup, which is subgroup A2 here. So the other thing I could think of is another alternative allowed list design. At the moment here, we are mixing the groups and project, and you would think that could be quite a long list if a user have a lot of items here, and it may be hard to actually look for a groups or look for a specific project. So then other design is to using our tabs components. So for example here, I'm splitting the same list from group A into the two tabs. So one is groups and the other is project. Since we already saw the counter for groups and project in the tab, so we don't have to show a counter right next to the table header. So groups will show anything that's in groups, and project that will show anything that is a project. If it's feasible, I would like to see if a user provide a group path in the add group or project area. And once they added a group, the tabs here will switch to the groups tab. And vice versa, if user provide a project path, the UI should switch to the project once the project is added. But that is only if feasible. And the other things I think it may be an opportunity to add is add a extra context on the create new project and under the project URL here to let user know the project will inherit the settings, the CR job token settings from their group, which listed here. But since the project can inherit a lot of things, so this may not be a very good idea to show it here. So that is something that I would look further to investigate. But that is something that I think that would be an opportunity, maybe in the doc or on the project level instead. That's all I wanted to share with you today. So thank you for watching, and please do share your feedback on the issue, and have a lovely day. See you next time. Bye.